Which are the key economic drivers that you see in winter tourism?
Well, certainly visitation is a very important one, and with the government's significant push on getting more and more people involved, engaged, and staying with winter sport, we've still only seen a fairly small percentage of the population get involved, as your previous reporter just said, around 12.8 million visitors. So we've still got hundreds of millions of people still to get into it. So participation is the big one, and infrastructure that the government is investing into the resorts themselves, the venues, the indoor ski venues, into the school curriculum to get young kids involved in sport. So there's the government really is the one that's driving it, but the population's desire for a healthier way of life and get involved in active sports and getting around in domestic tourism is the most important function of this industry.
I'd like to go to the local level, right? Because in the locality, where does the winter business impact?
Well, it's a huge ecosystem. Obviously, directly in the resorts themselves, you have hotels and restaurants, retail. You have ski instructors. These resorts employ a lot of people, and in the north of China during the wintertime, most of the young, well, not even young, but most of the population would be relatively dormant during the winter because it's farming community during the summer. Now during the winter, these people actually have work. So we've got a year-round economy, which is boosting consumption. It's boosting tourism, of course. It's boosting real estate development. So it's what it's really done actually is a lot of people used to leave local communities because there was a lack of year-round work. Now that these resorts are operational not only in the winter but also year-round, people are now moving back to local economies that were kind of suffering economically in the past. So it's revitalized these small communities all over the country.
Do you see the wider winter business ecosystem developing in a specific direction? Is there something new appearing in this ecosystem?
Well, I think probably the next phase of development in our winter sport industry will be the conversion of these winter resorts and destinations into year-round destinations. So it's evolving the product into mountain biking, hiking, sightseeing, developing a series of year-round attractions that keep these resorts sustainable on a year-round basis. So that's probably the biggest change that we'll see in the coming years. I think the big difference between Chinese ski resorts and other international destinations is just the complexity of the attractions, because the Chinese winter sport enthusiast is looking for a variety of experiences, like you saw at the Shanghai Winter Star project. They're not only there to ski, they're there to have other snow and ice-related experiences. So development of new types of attractions and amenities to keep the customer engaged, enthused, to keep them there longer, that's where we're going to see some further development.
Justin, do you have warnings?
Oh, actually, I think with the government support of this industry, I think there's no necessarily warning bells for the industry. Obviously, we all talk about climate change and global warming, but thankfully, northern China seems to be somewhat resistant from that at this time. I think the development of the indoor ski market is an environmental, it is an interesting industry that will be weather protected for many years to come. I think really the warning perhaps for the winter sport industry is trying to keep the consumer engaged and happy. So how to keep it affordable, how to keep it safe, how to keep it interesting. And that'll be the challenge for the operators like us of this industry.
Justin Downs, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.